This is the Anarchism non-core ideology project. So I'm going to talk about what anarchism is, and we're going to learn about it. So here's Emma Goldman's definition. She's one of the key thinkers of the Edexcel spec. Says anarchism stands for the liberation of the human mind from the dominion of religion, liberation of the body from property, liberation from the shackles and restraints of government. So this is a pretty broad definition that covers a lot of ground. It includes liberation from like religion. Peter Kropotkin says simply, anarchy is the no government system of socialism. So we can see how different thinkers define anarchism, but in general, it's kind of just like a stateless society. Okay, so here's an example of what anarchists have done in practice. It's like the historical context. So this is revolutionary Catalonia. So it was worker self-management of industries and collectivization of agriculture, elimination of private property, and emphasis on direct democracy and local autonomy. So this was in Spain, and it was split up into multiple factions, and the majority of it was like syndicalist, anarcho-syndicalist. So I don't know how to pronounce this place, but it's just part of Ukraine. Peasant-based army fighting against Bolsheviks, White Army and foreign interventionists. Organized as a decentralized, horizontally structured militia. So all of these people were in a society that was going towards anarchism, fighting for anarchism whilst maintaining their own like sovereignty and liberty. They didn't last very long, but there are examples of societies organized by anarchists. So here are the types of anarchism that we talk about in our specification. Collectivist anarchists include anarcho-communism, mutualism, and anarcho-syndicalism. Anarcho-communism is the intersection between anarchism and communism by the key thinker Peter Kropotkin, who rejected the labor theory of value as a critique of capitalism and only just talked about the power employees exert on employees. Mutualism was an alternative system of economics developed by Proudhon, where the cost value is the basis of exchange. So basically, cost value is just like the cost it takes to make something. And Proudhon believed in the labor theory of value, so it's just like the amount of time and the quality of the labor goes in as part of the cost value. And that is the basis of exchange. Anarcho-syndicalism is abolition of the wage system through industrial unions, direct action, and worker self-management. So syndicalism refers more to like methodology than philosophical prescription. Okay, types of individualist anarchism. Anarcho-capitalism is systems of private property facilitated by private agencies, the non-aggression principle, and free markets. So it's described as a voluntary society based on the voluntary exchange of goods. Egoism. Anarchist egoism was developed by Max Stirner, who wanted to abolish not only the state, but also society as an institution responsible for its members. So he was much more about the consciousness of individuals and trying to liberate the individuals from the things he called like spooks, which are like social constructs essentially. Notions such as the state and natural rights were spooks in his view, which meant like the state didn't even really exist. It's just like a collection of people that believe in theoretical things. So let's look into two of our thinkers in more depth. Uh, Pierre-Joseph Proudhon developed mutualism and coined the assertion that property is theft. Uh, Believed in overthrow of the state via peaceful means, gradually develop alternative institutions until the state is weakened enough to be replaced, and the idea of usufruct, or the implementation of usufruct, which is titles to land are conditional on use or occupation. So you're not allowed to really own land. You can live in land if you're occupying it, so you can live inside of land, or you can be using land to make something. Emma Goldman, she was less of like a philosopher and more of like a speaker, actor type person. She believed it was necessary for anarchist thinkers to live their beliefs, believed theism was pretty much incompatible with anarchism or liberty. So she believed like the idea of a god or an absolute moral authority created the world or in heaven uh, is not compatible with like the individual liberty of people. And she was imprisoned several times for inciting to riot and illegally distributing information about birth control. So she was like a feminist in her own category. She didn't associate with other liberal feminists. She was an anarchist who fought the patriarchy in anarchist ways. Okay, so that's my talk. That's my presentation on anarchism. See ya.